Welcome to my YouTube channel, DN Speaks, a channel of hope and inspiration. I'm going to do a video on forgiveness. Forgiveness. This is an element that we can't live without. That every day you will get people offending you. On day-to-day activities, people will do things that are not pleasing to you. People will rub you in the wrong way. And the only way you can be able to salvage yourself from acts of revenge, from anger, is through forgiveness. Forgiveness is not for the weak. Forgiveness is not a weakness. Someone who can be able to forgive, it means they are strong. Now, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is an internal process of letting go of feelings and thoughts of anger, thoughts of resentment, thoughts of bitterness, and the need for vengeance. All right? So it has a lot of elements that you are letting go. Forgiveness is letting go. That you're telling yourself, despite of the feelings of vengeance, the feelings of anger, the feelings of bitterness, I'm going to let go of these things because they are of no help to me. They are messing me more than the person who has offended me. Why is forgiveness important? What are the benefits of forgiveness? Or rather, before we look at the benefits of forgiveness, it's very crucial for us to understand why should we forgive? Why should we forgive someone? And we also try to dismantle some of the myths about forgiveness, because forgiveness has been misconstrued. People are not giving the right definition of what forgiveness is, because forgiveness does not mean you are forgetting. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. Yes, you can forgive the offender, but the power of forgetting lies with God. It's only God who can be able to make you to forgive and forget. You forget about the offender, all right? You forget about what they made you feel, about the situation they made you to go through. It's only God who can be able to give you that capacity, that you have the power and the capacity to forgive and to forget. Number 2 myth, forgiveness does not mean you are weak. I started by saying that forgiveness is for the strong. The weak cannot forgive. Forgiveness is for the strong. Forgiveness is for those people who believe that I cannot live on bitterness. I cannot live on resentment. I cannot live on anger. I cannot live every day trying to seek for revenge. All right? Because the revenge that you're trying to look for, it will mess you. It will make you bitter, not better. You know, failing to forgive is like taking poison and expecting your neighbor to die. It is expecting the other person to suffer on the account of the things that they did. Yes, you are, number one, acknowledging that they wronged you, but in as much as they wronged you, you're not going to give them the power to control what you feel. You're not going to give them the power to control your feelings, your emotions and thoughts. It reaches a point where you say, I'm going to release this pain from my heart. It reaches a point where you say, I'm not going to live on the past again. I'm going to let go of the things that happened to me. So forgiveness is a virtue of the strong. Number 3 of the myths that we are going to dismantle, that forgiveness means you cannot get angry. Even when you're offended, you have the right to get angry because you are a human. You will get angry. You will feel like you need to revenge. You will feel as if you need to act on your own behalf. You will feel as if you need to do some retaliation. But that is not the case. You need to reach a point, in as much as you are getting angry, do not allow the anger to act on your behalf. Do not allow the anger to control you. Control the anger. Because the moment you act on that anger, it will do more harm than good. And the last myth is that forgiveness means reconciliation. And this is a very important aspect. One of the things that usually happen in forgiveness, you can either forgive and retain that person, or you can forgive and let go of them. So forgiveness does not necessarily mean reconciliation. It does not necessarily mean we shall go to the same place that we were before. All right? It does not mean that we are going to restore the original position. Sometimes it brings a distance. Forgiveness sometimes means that I need my space. Sometimes it means that I need time to reconstruct myself. I need time to rethink about who I am, about my identity. So that is what forgiveness is. Other things about reconciliation, about not being angry, about forgetting, those are myths that we cannot be able to substantiate, because you are not God. You have that human capacity of not forgetting. You will still be remembering the wound that was inflicted on you by a certain person, but you have chosen not to let it to control you. All right? You can remember, but you don't let the memories affect you. What are the benefits of forgiving? Number one, forgiving helps you to heal. You see, the moment you go through a heartbreak, the moment someone offends you, it means that there is a wound that has been inflicted on you. So the moment you forgive, you are saying, I'm taking the power to heal. I need to heal. The moment you say, yes, you have done a very bad thing to me, but because I cannot keep myself in this situation anymore, I've forgiven you. Not for your own good, but for my own good. Because I need time to heal. I need time to reorganize myself. I need time to re-strategize myself and ask myself, where did I go wrong? So forgiveness helps you to heal. And it works much better for you, the person who has been offended, more than the offender. Number two, forgiveness improves on your relationships. There are many relationships. Many people have messed relationships because of failing to say sorry or failing to forgive. Maybe someone offended you and it was just a thing that you could have said, yes, because you have said sorry, I'm going to forgive you. We are going to work things out, and I know we can be able to come out of this situation much better, with more experience, more exposed to knowledge, and having a better way of solving problems even in the future. So the moment you forgive, you improve on relationships, you improve on friendships, you improve on the setups that could have been messed up by a small thing of failing to acknowledge that this person is a human. So you say, I'm going to put myself in their shoe and let me forgive. Number three, forgiveness has health benefits. Forgiveness has health benefits. You see, for many people who have failed to forgive, they are suffering from ulcers. They are suffering from chronic headaches. They are suffering from conditions, stomach conditions that they could have really avoided if only they could have forgiven. Now, you see, the thing that usually happens when you are in that state of being offended, you keep thinking of yourself being low. You keep thinking of yourself that this person could not have done this to me. So the more you are taking this time, the more you are depriving yourself from a point of critical thinking. You are depriving yourself of the health benefits. All right? Because the more you keep thinking, the more you are messing your life. The more you are messing your capacity to think right. But the moment you acknowledge and you say, yes, despite of what they did to me, I'm going to forgive them. I'm going to let go of this anger. I'm going to let go of this bitterness. I'm going to let go of what I'm feeling in my heart, because it is through that you will be able to regain back your strength. You'll be able to say, I deserve the best. You'll be able to say, the more I'm holding onto this thing, the more it's affecting my sleeping pattern, the more it is affecting my eating habits and everything. So you have to let go. You have to forgive. It improves on your health. All right? And that is a very important aspect. Number four, forgiveness brings reconciliation. There is no reconciliation without forgiveness. There are many aspects, even on family level. There are places that you need to forgive. Maybe your parents wronged you. You cannot keep holding onto that they did to you. You need to let go of that pain. When you let go, when you forgive, it brings room for reconciliation. It brings room whereby you can be able to sit and say, this is what happened, and we cannot live on the mistakes that happened in the past. past. We need to let go of the things that happened. Yes, I wronged you, but I'm here to say I'm sorry. I'm here to apologize and say we can be able to mend this relationship. We can be able to mend on this friendship so that we can be able to move forward from this level. Reconciliation comes as a result of acknowledging. People acknowledge and say, this is the mistake that happened. We cannot live on a mistake that happened for many years ago. So we need to come up with a tentative solution and say, this is the way forward. So it helps to mend relationships, and it also brings reconciliation. It brings people to a point of reconciliation. Number 5, forgiveness brings freedom. A person who has forgiven is a free person. You free your mind. Your mind is free from any stress. Your mind is free from a lot of torture, because when you have not forgiven, can you try to imagine someone comes and tell you, please, I acknowledge my mistakes, I acknowledge I'm wrong, I pray that you may forgive me. I ask of your forgiveness. And you're there struggling to forgive, not to forgive. To forgive, not to forgive. So it will really weigh you down, and your mind will be so much preoccupied, and you cannot have your own freedom. Your mind is a battlefield. So the moment you fail to forgive, you are entertaining and you are allowing some battles that will keep tormenting your mind for no reason. So the moment you acknowledge that the only power I have is to forgive, because forgiveness is power. And this power, you are the one who possesses this power. And you can only be able to use it in the right way by saying, I'm going to let go, I'm going to forgive, so that I can take back my power. And the last point, which is very important, forgiveness helps you to live in the present. Forgiveness helps you to live in the present. One of the key things that you need to acknowledge, that most of the mess that we're talking about forgiving, it is something that happened in the past. It is something that happened yesterday. It is something that is not supposed to control your future, your today. So you can be able to tell yourself, the moment I forgive, I'm going to live in the present. It gives you the power of now. It gives you the power of letting go of that bitterness, of letting go of that resentment. It helps you to deal with people on a point of soberness, because you are not having any form of bitterness in your heart. You're not having any form of anger in your heart. And you see, the bad thing of accumulating bitterness in your heart, you will be releasing it even to the people who never offended you. All right, you will be bleeding on people who are not even part of the wound that you have in your heart. So it becomes important when you let go, when you forgive. It gives you the power of living in the present. It gives you time, even it gives you room to go before God, because you don't have anything that you're holding onto. You don't have, you can try to imagine holding your family, holding your partner, holding, your friends in your heart. You are saying they wronged me, they did this thing to me. So when you forgive, it gives you the power to live in the present. It gives you the power of now. You are able to exercise the power of now, the power of present, of saying, despite of what I've been through, I know the scars that are that I've gone through, the scars that were caused by these people. God is gonna make them to become my stars. Your scars can become your stars if only you forgive and you let go. The pain that you went through, it can become your gain if only you let go, if only you forgive. Forgiveness is power. Forgive that situation. Forgive the unforgivable. You know, most of the times we reach a point and we say this person does not deserve forgiveness. But it becomes important for us to be able to acknowledge, even as we go before God, we ask for forgiveness. And God will ask you, if you cannot be able to forgive your brother that you live with, if you cannot be able to forgive that sister that you live with, that friend, that partner that you live with, how do you expect me to forgive you? Because it all starts with us. We need to forgive. Even those things that we think, for those people we think they don't deserve forgiveness, they also deserve forgiveness. All right. The same way you go before God asking for forgiveness. Even that friend of yours, they deserve forgiveness. Sometimes we think that when I forgive, I lose my power. No. When you forgive, you gain your power back. When you forgive, you display your power. You display your strength. Forgiveness is not for the weak. Forgiveness is for those who are strong and those who know. The more I hold on to bitterness, the more I'll become a prisoner of my future. The more I'll become a prisoner of the things that I'm supposed to achieve in life. Forgiveness works better for you than the person who has offended you. It's my prayer that you shall be able to follow all these, or rather to understand all these benefits of forgiveness. And then when you understand the benefits of forgiveness, it will be easy for you to let go and let God. May God bless you as you walk on this journey of forgiveness and you forgive those who have offended you, because you will be taking back your power. God bless you. Shalom. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Invite your friends to be part of this growing network, and I know God shall bless you. Shalom.